told you you could make $10,000 in 60 days without a huge investment, without owning any rental properties, or without any real estate experience.
Girl, that sounds too good to be true. I know you're going to tell us how.
Oh yeah, but it's not. Welcome to the world of real estate wholesaling, a proven strategy where we show first-time investors how to get into real estate investing.
Now, is there a catch? Because opportunities like that don't wait. So while others are sitting on the sidelines, you could be closing your first deal and making potentially $10,000?
That's right. I'm Kimmy with Jkom, and we help first-time investors and seasoned investors get into real estate by helping them buy, sell, and even manage their rental properties.
And I'm Valencia. Stick around because we're going to show you step by step how to do it right here in Atlanta, Georgia, one of the hottest real estate markets in the country.
So exactly what is wholesaling?
Wholesaling is a real estate strategy where you find undervalued properties, get them under contract, and sell the contract to an investor for profit, all without owning it yourself.
So getting into real estate wholesaling is real simple. Even the novice first-time investor can do it with little to no problem. You want to start with these 5 steps: finding motivated sellers, negotiating a price that's below market value. You want to put the property under contract with the end buyer, market the contract to cash buyers, and then assign the contract for a fee, which is your profit.
I like that. Can you talk about motivated sellers and how best for our audience to find them?
So when I think of motivated sellers, I always think about properties when I drive through Atlanta that you see that are maybe boarded up, dilapidated, or vacant, and you wonder, what's going on with these properties? Where are the property owners? A good way of finding motivated sellers is checking with the county tax records, finding the property owner, seeing exactly what the distress is with the property. Are they in pre-foreclosure? Are they foreclosed? Is it an absentee owner? What's going on with it? You just have to kind of do your research and see. Networking through social media and finding other real estate groups is also a good way to help. Another way to find motivated sellers is working with pre-foreclosure attorneys. So they work on behalf of the lender when a property is in pre-foreclosure. If you have a relationship with the seller, you can negotiate with the foreclosure attorney an amount to pay off that balance. So that helps them, the seller, not go into foreclosure. And then it also helps you get the property at a discounted rate because it's typically the amount that's owed versus the market value.
So how do we know what to offer the seller?
That's a really good question. So when you're out and you're looking at these distressed properties, as a wholesaler, you don't have access to the MLS. So you don't know exactly the comps or what's sold. You can use things like Google, Trulia, Zillow to kind of help gauge what's on the market and what's been sold. But we have a formula that we like to follow called the MAO, which is the maximum allowable offer. This maximum allowable offer is typically 70% of the ARV, or the after renovation value of the home. So let's say, for example, we have a house that's priced at $200,000 after renovation. If we offer 70% of that minus repair cost, we're looking to offer that seller $123,000.
Okay, I'm with you.
So now we're talking, how can we still make sure we get $10,000 in 60 days?
Right, that's what I want to hear about.
We have an offer with the seller for $123,000. Remember, the important thing with wholesaling, you have to have that assignment clause. With the assignment clause, that allows you to assign your contract to the end buyer who's going to end up renovating the property and then ultimately selling it.
Oh, okay.
If we have the initial contract with the seller for $123,000, now we can assign that contract to the end buyer for $133,000. That $10,000 difference is now your assignment fee, and you've just made $10,000 in 60 days.
Oh, I'm so excited. You made it sound so easy for us. So now that we have our formula to help us with our offer, what about finding the cash buyers? Any suggestions on how to find those cash buyers?
So as a wholesaler, you want to make sure you're around other investors. So being in different local investor meetup groups is really important. In Georgia, we have the Georgia Real Estate Investor Association. We also have Facebook groups directly geared towards investors. And then, of course, your relationship with other real estate agents and their pool of buyers.
Negotiation tips. Anything that our audience might need to know as far as negotiating?
Yeah, so when it comes to wholesaling, I think one of the key things is to always be upfront and transparent about your role as a wholesaler. It's really important for the seller to feel comfortable, for the end buyer to feel comfortable, and everybody to kind of have a clear picture of how the transaction is going to go. Another key thing is to really understand the seller's needs. Understand, why is this property in distress? What's going on with it? What's their motivation for selling? Understanding the seller's needs and what they're looking for is really key.
So we've talked about all the good stuff. We talked about how we make our 10,000 in 60 days. I know there's got to be some downsides. So what are some challenges when it comes to wholesaling?
So when I think of wholesaling and challenges, one of the things that comes to mind is the price. Everybody wants to make money out of the deal. And in order to guarantee your 10K or your fee at the end of the transaction, you want to make sure that you're not overestimating the ARV and you're not underestimating the repair cost. A lot of things can change during the transaction, and having those numbers key is what really is going to hold the deal together. So as a wholesaler, as I mentioned before, you don't have access to MLS, but you can still utilize sites like Google, Trulia, Zillow, just to get a feel for the neighborhood and really get some comparables for the property. Once you have a good understanding of the numbers and where you like to make the offer, you can gauge your repair costs and make sure everybody comes out on top in the end. So Atlanta's definitely a booming market. Why do you think it's ideal for wholesaling?
The fact is that Atlanta is a booming economy with major population growth. We have access to some of the country's largest employers.
That's true. Yeah, Atlanta's definitely a booming market, and it gives so much opportunity to wholesalers just trying to get their feet wet. With the growth and with, the economy shifting so quickly, unfortunately, it allows for a lot of distressed properties and, foreclosures and things like that. So it allows for wholesalers to kind of come in and make their way.
So now that you know how wholesaling works and why Atlanta is the perfect place to start, it's time to take action. Whether you're a first-time investor or you're looking to just expand your portfolio, we at Jkom are here to help you at every step of the way.
That's right, guys. So if you're ready to get started, if you're ready to take the next step and get involved, we're here to help. All of our information is linked in the description box below. You can follow us on all social media platforms or visit us on our website at jkomliving.com. And we're local. We're in Atlanta. So give us a call at 404-398-5110. We can't wait to see you guys in the next video.